Welcome to What to Do When, a podcast from real lawyers with real perspective, where we explore a variety of legal issues and scenarios. Each week, we focus on a new topic and discuss what to do when and if any of these legal scenarios ever happen to you or a loved one. With over 40 years of combined legal experience, our hosts offer their unique perspectives and insights on a range of real-life legal situations.
Hi there. Welcome back to another podcast here at Critzer Cardani in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Jackie.
I'm Scott. Jackie, what do we have on the docket for today?
What to do when your case is all over social media. Yeah.
Social media is not your friend.
It's cringy. When we hear clients come in and tell us that they've posted something, or here, let me show you what they put on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't know the others, on some social media website somewhere, that it's so cringy. Why is it cringy, do you think?
Because people don't think before they post most often. That's what it is. But think of it this way too. As you were saying that, I kind of came up with this. We get discovery motions all the time for people's social media.
We do.
If you're a big social media person, think about how many gigabytes of data that you're going to have to give your attorney to review, and then they're going to give it to their attorney to review, and you're going to spend thousands of dollars on looking through social media cringe.
TikTok. Let me tell you about TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Tell me
when
about
you
TikTok.
Get some followers on TikTok, you make a really easy case when you've got a parent who posts all over TikTok when they're drinking, when they're out partying, when they're having a dance party with the beer in their hand and the kids in the background. It's just, it doesn't play well. And when you put it out there, you make a digital footprint, just one of our other podcasts you're going to be hearing about soon. When you make a digital footprint, it's very difficult to erase it. And so you've got the TikTok and you've got these videos, and maybe you're acting a fool in the videos, but it's not just that, right? Sometimes we get parents who just want to slay the other parent, and they talk about, oh, my child's father, fill in the blank, or my child's mother, fill in the blank. And they post all about their case, maybe before they even had attorneys involved. And they post about what's going on in their family dynamic on social media, and it's available for the other person to see. And don't think it's hidden, because people know the other person. I am telling you the number of times I've had a client say, well, I'm not friends with them on social media. I got blocked, but so-and-so isn't. And so that's how I got it. And here I am reading about it, and how what a terrible person dad is. And because he did this and he did that. And
you know, and I always laugh because people say, well, I did on Snap. You know, Snap erases once you send it. Not. That's the biggest misnomer. I still cry when people tell me that. I'm like,
you know what they say? But I know if they've taken a screenshot. Okay, that may be true, but it's still in your cache. It's still there. It exists.
And I said this on another podcast. I'll say it again because it's worth it. I've been in rooms where I've had to get discovery from the police, and I see these whole rooms dedicated to watching your Snap go through. And you don't think they're collecting it? They have access to it all.
We've had cases where the police have arrested some of our juvenile clients because of what they have posted on Snapchat. Oh, but they can't find it. They get, yes, they can. Possession, underage possession of alcohol, driving while under the influence. I mean, the list goes on.
I mean, people think they can post things and it's without, you know, how many times have we had inappropriate posts, sexually or otherwise? Or here's the one people don't think about. You're depressed and you get on your...
Huge.
All the time. I just think I'm going to kill myself. And again, I'm not trying to make fun of their mental health, because someone will say that to me, and that's not what I'm doing. But when you read that, you're seeing this person who's pouring out their heart to the world. Bad choice.
Very bad choice.
Telling them how you want to hurt yourself. And you're the mother of a 2-year-old child in the background. What? Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to play? I'm just being honest, man. Get help. But that's the conversation you have with a counselor. There are many free mental health places all over the counties and cities all have them. You have Region 10 out in Goochland, all those places. There's places to get help. I know it's not easy, not making light of it, but I'm saying social media is not the place to address your mental health.
You're putting yourself at a disadvantage, not only on a temporary basis, but really long term. Because once the court sniffs a mental health issue, they're going to order mental health evaluations. They may order psychological evaluations. They may require ongoing counseling, and it is going to impact your parenting time in a custody case. It's not whether it is going to. How much impact is it going to have? Is the bigger question.
And you can say all day to me, well, my mental health shouldn't affect my right to parent my child. Okay, it shouldn't, but it does.
Of course it does. I mean, we've seen the stories in the news where the mom drove the minivan into the lake and killed her children, and that obviously was a mental health issue. And so our judges, especially, I mean, I can't think of one who isn't hyper aware of the safety and welfare of children, and parents making decisions that are questionable, that just smell like maybe there's a mental health issue. And so they're watching it. If you're on social media, you're being watched, whether it's by the other attorney, or it's by the other party, or it's by your children, or your in-laws, or your siblings, or your enemies, your high school buddies, your ex-girlfriend. It doesn't really matter. It's there and it's being shared.
And I'm telling you, folks, it's always the subject of discovery. And if you don't know what discovery is, if you're in one of these situations, the other side has the right to ask questions and to request documents and request information. And that's always, give me your social media for the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just cringe when I have that, not only from the word cringe that they use. Yeah. This is just a cringe from like the sheer volume that's going to entail.
Because we have to go through it. We have to see every single bit of it.
Yeah, I can't just give somebody something I haven't looked at because I don't know what it is. I need to have if it's something crazy, for instance, maybe you had a bad night and posted whatever, the drunk dials, the mental health issues, whatever it may be, I have to know what that is so I can defend you properly, or, whatever. I mean, we have to be able to, as they say in the media, spin that properly, but if we don't know about it, we can't spend it. So I can't just send it out there. So again, you have to remember, people live their lives. I'm surprised still at this date how much people live their lives on social media.
Well, and then you take it into the divorce cases and you're looking at fault grounds. Okay. Maybe you and your boyfriend or girlfriend that you ran away for a weekend with didn't share it on social media, but maybe you somehow connected, and then maybe there's a picture. It's everywhere. You must be aware that using social media to broadcast your story or your life, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or any of the others, if you're using social media to broadcast your story, you have to be aware that your story is going to come up in court, and it's going to be, maybe it'll be great for you. Maybe the judge will see, oh my gosh, look, they traveled to the mountains and there's nothing bad here. Well, we don't get cases like that. If social media is an issue, it's because it's a bad issue.
Well, I think all the time when social media started and we would tag people in pictures.
Oh, for sure.
And I used to think that I wasn't a big social media. I'm still probably not a big social media guy. But my point is, it would freak me out when I saw a piece, hey, somebody tagged you with this part. I'm like, whoa. They're watching me. That's kind of how I thought about it. I wouldn't even do anything wrong. And I'm like, it was creepy to me.
Right.
And that's the point she's making. Say you are having a weird relationship that you probably shouldn't be having if you're married. And you go to Scott's party and he's taking pictures and snapping them up on Snap and broadcasting them everywhere.
Absolutely.
That's all fair game, folks. And, you're in the back corner making out with Harriet. You got problems.
Poor Harriet.
Poor Harriet. She didn't even know. Anyways, these are important subjects. The reason we bring them up is because these are things we see every day in our practice. We want you to be informed. Social media is an awesome tool. You probably shouldn't live your life on social media.
Hey, I have a question, Scott.
Oh, sure.
What happens if you see the other person, baby mama, baby daddy, spouse, whomever it is, and they're posting about you, and it's you. It might not be your name, okay? But whatever it is they've said is about you. Should you respond?
No.
Okay. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Use it to your advantage. Don't enter, as we had a podcast prior about high conflict. That's the epitome of getting into high conflict. Let them say it. There's no point. You're not going to defend yourself. The old Shakespeare, thou dost protest too much. You start to look like I see it all the time in cases where people, well, I didn't, or that's not true. It doesn't ever play well. It never gets the response you want.
Something like, I'm not out partying and drinking tonight, but she has custody. Oh my goodness.
That happens?
In fact. Wow. Leave it alone. Don't respond. Let it go. Snap it. Grab a screenshot of it. Let us take a look at it, but don't respond to it and say, I'm not out partying. I'm not out drinking. The kids are just fine. They're with my mom. They're with somebody else. There's noise in the background.
Yeah, somebody's revving up their engine. I figure it's my son. But anyways, we're good. Let's land this plane. Folks, we are again trying to help you here at Critzer Cardani. We want you to be informed, well-informed, so you can make good decisions. When we talk about social media, we talk about it from the perspective of we see the bad side of it. Unfortunately, we see the expense of it. And everybody thinks it's this wonderful tool, and it is if it's used correctly. But number one, before you post, think about what you're posting. Take a moment to consider that pause and say, is this a good idea? And I'll guarantee that'll cut your social media in half. But anyways, pause. Number one. Number two.
Don't respond. If it's somebody else's post, don't respond to it. Leave it alone, especially if you are in the middle, and maybe you're not in the middle of custody litigation, but you have children and you're divorced or you're separated or you were never married. It can always come back up. Let it go. Leave the conflict off of social media.
And number three, it's never hidden. It's never hidden as well as you think it is. And that's a problem. You could be your kids watching you. So just remember that. We appreciate you being here today.
Like and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you next time.
If you have any questions, info@cclawva.com.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of What to Do When. For more episodes, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, and we encourage you to check our archives to listen to previous topics. Tune in next week for a new episode and some fresh perspective from Critzer Cardani.